Hello, everyone. I am so excited about this new moon in Aries. It's happening Friday, April 17th at 7:52 a.m. Eastern Time. And wow. I have started with this Lemurian deck that I love because the energies are coming through so strong. And so let's go ahead and pull our very first card to get this reading started. Fire, Solaris Sublime. Wow, I just made a post about dragons this morning. Dragons did semi-exist during Lemuria and the beginning of Atlantis. And there's so much happening in this card. You can see the left and right. It's like a masculine and feminine. This woman figure is kind of surrendering and bowing, which very much to me speaks of like new moon energy when we kind of go into the cocoon. But what I really need to tell you that maybe some of you have already started to hear about or know, if you have some favorite astrologers that you like to follow. But we actually have something happening called a rare stellium. Now, I had never heard of stellium, so if that's news to you, it's news to me too. But what it means is it's a 7-body convergence. And that means the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron are all in Aries, all of them. Now, new moon is, again, usually about planting seeds, intentions, shadow work, cocooning, more rest, more self-care, all the things. And it still is, of course, but this is a really powerful time to do some ceremonial work, some intention setting, and all of the things, because what happens with this is it's creating all kinds of powerful energies. It's pure, it's direct, there's no buffer. There's like this green light energy from the universe. It's kind of like, let's go. So if you've been following my card readings, specifically the last full moon and the new moon before that, we have just been having these really persistent themes of stepping into your gifts. And I just find that people who feel that resonance and connection with me, you are the volunteers for the new earth. And I've been talking about it a lot in videos and posts, so you might want to look back at those, but there's 8 million soul volunteers that span 7 generations. It started just after 1945 when the atomic bomb went off and sent that like shockwave into the multiverse, where the Galactic Council and the Galactic Federation of Light decided they needed to literally intervene with Earth. Waves of volunteers started incarnating. I'm the second wave of volunteers because I was born in the late 70s. My children, for example, are the 5th wave of volunteers, and we still have some that are going to be born up until 2032. And after 2032, people born after that will be citizens of the new earth. So it is happening. It is on fire. So I literally forgot that I pulled this card. So even though this is like a new moon and I'm feeling like full moon energies because this is so powerful, there's just this fire in Aries, new moon in Aries. Aries is the element of fire in the zodiac. So we've got some fire, 7 bodies all in alignment, in a convergence, and it's just really powerful. So this says, I live each moment with a presence of gratitude. Now you tell me, there is something that she is about to give birth to, and we don't have to be a mother or have ever had children to understand the creation and process of giving birth. We are literally giving birth to the new earth. What we're seeing right now with all the chaos and craziness and the media and everything that's being said is literally a humanity in the birth canal being literally born into new realities. Now, there's multiple timelines. Not everybody is moving into 5th dimensional consciousness, but if you're watching this, you most likely are. And so you might just be watching the world with just like sheer confusion and maybe even some wonder, because we're really seeing some things come to light for the first time, I think, for sure in my lifetime, and probably many, many lifetimes. I welcome clear vision and inspired action. Yes, even though it's a new moon, plant those seeds, get clear on what you're doing. Like, this is so blessed. There's all these old patterns of like lack of self-worth falling away, confusion is falling away. Things might start to feel exceptionally clear for you if they are not already. So this is super attractor actually deck. It's just really simple, some really short affirmations. So let's see what's in here. That came out for you. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. Yes, I love the quote. Everybody knows this. Excuse me, you don't get what you want, you get what you need. And that's for sure. This life is nothing that I thought it was going to be when I was a teenager. My goodness, if you told me I'd be speaking to galactic councils and star beings and channeling and writing books about the new earth, I would have said, what is all that, right? But feeling good is the way. And I know that that can be challenging. And I've been getting a lot of questions from my communities on how to stay grounded, to stay present, how to stay in trust, how to stay in truth, as all these mistruths and amplifications and manipulations from the shadow networks continue to pump out and amplify. Like, one of the latest is the human alien hybrid experiments that the parts of the government have been doing, where they literally are gruesomely creating these hybrid beings. They are taking women from marginalized communities in secret, of course, and they're doing this experimentation because they want to use that narrative to make us afraid of alien contact, because they already know that what we are, well, where was I going with that? I mean, they already know what we're capable of, right? So there are some organizations and, people that are trillionaires, quite frankly, and they don't want us to have free energy. They don't want us to know that we have possession on Earth of technology that could regrow a spine in a very short amount of time. These are things that have been suppressed and kept from us. So the reason the Galactic Council and the Galactic Federation of Light are amplifying things now, and people like you and I are waking up to our soul purpose, and that we're part of these waves of volunteers and all of this really amazing, incredible insight, is because we're not living in a free will planet. And I had to say, well, if, we have free will on Earth and guides and things aren't really allowed to intervene without the individual's express permission, how is it that you can intervene with Earth at this time? And they said, well, if humanity is being lied to, if you are being, manipulated into states of fear, shame, and guilt and low vibrations, it's not a free will planet, is it? No, it's not. So what's happening, and you are the boots on the ground, quite literally, is that we are shifting the resonance. We are moving into higher vibrational timelines. When I introduced joy to a situation, I changed the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. Yes, I love how this to me feels so resonant of the feeling good. So here we go again, feeling good, joy. I say it almost every single reading. Dance, sing, joy, play, be funny. I just had a psychic phone call yesterday with someone who's struggling in so many facets of her life, from work to she's living back home with her family. The relationship is having problems. And when I started addressing certain things that she needed to do, and it was a beautiful conversation, she quite frankly said, yeah, but that just seems so insignificant to these major problems I'm having. And I said, well, that's why you're having these major problems, because you're not willing to do the little things that bring joy, that bring happiness, that bring spiritual energy into these dense, heavy challenges that you're currently experiencing. And because you've squashed out play and joy and your spiritual gifts, because she used to read tarot and then she stopped for certain reasons, and she's taken all these trainings like family constellations and all kinds of stuff. She I think knows more about the tarot than I do, but she had stopped doing that stuff because she's gotten into these spaces where things feel dense and heavy. So I said, the key is to bring these in. That's what lightens the space. That's what lets it all breathe. And then you can see this kind of energy. You get this kind of clarity. Spirit shows you the way. It creates the path. But when you're stuck in these dense things and you're squashing out the feeling good and the joy and all those things we just talked about, then it just perpetuates the challenges. I haven't pulled any tarot cards yet. Speaking of tarot, let's talk about that. Let's see what Spirit has for you on this full moon in Aries. Whew, yeah, I'm just feeling it. We're clearing the shadows. We're reclaiming our original soul sparks. I hope that you're having fun. And if you're not having fun, that's okay. I'm definitely here to try to help you understand the truth so you let go of fear and shame and move into this higher vibration. So it doesn't surprise me that we have the Queen of Cups come through, which is a powerful card. The cups, the suit of cups, is about emotions specifically. And the Queen of Cups speaks to compassion and warmth, carrying intuition, healing kind of energies, support, being in the flow, being an empath. I mean, so many of you you're just feeling it. And that's why it's hard for people like us sometimes to stay in these feel-good joy states, because we feel the pain of what's happening to marginalized communities and countries, and the horrific stories we hear. They are heartbreaking, and they break my heart too. However, they have been going on for thousands of years, more than 10,000 years. This has been happening on Earth. It has not gotten worse. It's just now coming into the light. So remember that. Bless those souls. Send love. And I've said it before, but frequently when you feel deep hurt, sadness, and pain, like I saw a comment from somebody, it was someone else's post, and she said she's having trouble sleeping at night because the stories that she's hearing, that's not what's meant for you in this time. You are not meant to lose sleep or to be greatly disturbed all day. You are meant to have the awareness of the truth and to anchor yourself in all of these energies of joy and play and lightness. That is not spiritually bypassing. That is literally holding the resonance and frequency and vibration of the new earth, because you are one of the 8 million, and it's the 1 in 1,000 ratio, 8 million to 8 billion. It takes one awakened on, point. Well, I shouldn't say on point, because actually a lot of people aren't aware yet. So many people are starting to have remembrances, and they're starting to feel some like deeper callings and things. But a lot of these 8 million souls do not know how powerful they are, and that they are embodying light codes of the new earth. So that's just why my general advice is always just like, have fun. Go be outside, go get in the water, go do things that you love, and make sure you're staying in joy spaces, because you are not meant to fight or argue in the dark. And that's all we see online right now, right? Is tons and tons and tons of arguments. 8 of Wands. I love the deck of Wands. You can think of it as almost like magic happening in your life. Magic wands, if you will. I just love that that kind of analogy of magic wands that my friend recently shared with me, that I felt was so resonant. So fast communication, movement, rapid change, immediate action, and excitement. Oh my gosh, I love that, because we were just talking about joy and excitement, and we were talking about action. So even though this is a new moon, we want you to make sure you're rooted in the self-care, and that you take some time. There's never a hurry. Do not listen to anybody if they say, oh, this, is urgent, or, like you got to do this by this certain date, or you've got to do this ceremony on the new moon. Like, any of that urgency stuff is BS. So just let that go. And even though I'm all excited, and, there's all this excitement stuff happening, and all these, planets and things in alignment for this new moon, that does not mean you need to rush. If anything, just enjoy the rest of your week. For me, I'm making this video on Wednesday, 2 days before the new moon, because we're already feeling the energies of the new moon. And in my Substack community, it's $9.99 a month. You get so much in that. But one of the things that you get is my new moon reading. And there's actually a really specific ritual you can do the day before the new moon on this one, something you can do on the day and something to do after. And oh my gosh, it is an amazing reading. So if you're not a member, I highly recommend joining. $9.99 a month is like the cost of a cup of coffee these days. And you get so much more: daily messages, transmissions, Mystic Monday, telling you all about the energies of the week. Okay, so let's see, what else do we need to focus on here? I'm tuning in for a moment. All right, I'm going to choose another tarot card from this deck that I love so much. Take a breath with me. Deep inhale, let the belly round out. Hold it for a moment at the top and let it go. It's amazing what one breath can do. I just totally felt myself grounding down. And if you notice, my voice just changed a little bit. Wow, Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles is the energy of money and success and abundance. Now, the Knight is not the Queen or the King, but that means you are well on your way, and in this energy of the abundance is coming along with you but I'm hearing it very clearly. They say, yes, abundance is coming as you step into your gifts and take action, and the abundance is dependent on your feel good and joy states. Now, I also want to say you are never required to stay in high vibrational states all of the time. That is a fallacy. Do not get down on yourself if you have a bad or grumpy day. I literally had one yesterday. I'm detoxing from this new program that I decided to try out that also eliminates parasites, glyphosate, heavy metals, forever chemicals, and it's like dense nutrition. It helps focus on your gut health, your sleep, and just, it's so good. But I just completed day 5 and I'm feeling it. And my cycle is linked to the moon, and that just completed. And I just have been having all these activations and downloads. So all day yesterday, I was not inspired. I was tired. I, was a little grumpy. Just all things kind of felt like a little bit of a struggle. So you are not required to be in these states all of the time to do the work. We're just asking you not to ruminate in the dark, heavy stuff, because that's like that thick mud that kind of drags your energy field down. So I just wanted to mention that, because I literally had to ask the councils, what was it? I was like, am I accidentally like blocking, the next steps, the next moves for me, because I feel like I should be there, but not. And they're like, oh, love, this was already done. It is just like the new moon, the new earth and this mathematical equation. There's no more war to fight. It's already been won. If you even want to buy into those words of war and spiritual war, I don't think there ever was a war, but people like to use those terms, and the war's already been won. This already started back in 1945. People like you and I have been incarnating over and over since the fall of Atlantis and thus Lemuria, because we know that this planet is meant to be a planet of unity consciousness. So we keep incarnating and bringing the light codes here. And then, like I said, after that atomic bomb in 1945, the Galactic Council and the Galactic Federation of Light started amplifying what they were doing. So you know how I get a little long-winded. So let me just see how we can finish this up. I have 2 more decks I have not pulled cards from. I love this Inner Temple Oracle. We have had a couple more people book Egypt, my retreat in September. Since I last talked to you about it, I think we have 1 cabin left, maybe. If you're interested, now is truly the time. Trapped. Okay, I love this. So I like it when we get some shadow work to do, because it's the new moon. So I don't feel that this is saying anything more than what we just talked about. be mindful that you're not getting too much into the news and who's saying what in the arguments. And, you know, if you're making comments on social media, you don't need to call people out for what they don't have right. Just focus on your path, focus on your joy, all of the things. And in fact, I'm going to turn it this way because the other side, yeah, freedom. So the opposite of that, I realize you can't fully see that, is freedom. And that's what you're stepping into. So it came up as trapped right side up because the councils wanted one more reminder of why and what you're stepping into. But total freedom is definitely yours. All you have to do is choose it. Okay, another from this inner temple. Chamber of Healing. Wow, I will tell you, I've never seen this card. This is a somewhat new deck for me. And I also want to share with you that I'm getting new camera equipment. I can't promise I'll have it before the full moon, but there's actually a tarot reader on YouTube who links all of her camera equipment right in her description. And I've checked it out. I just need to look at it one more time. But pretty quickly soon, you're going to have so much more clarity in these videos. And thank you for watching. I've noticed a big increase in how many views videos are getting, so I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it when you share and when you like and comment and subscribe. So Chamber of Healing, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? And look at all this light. Remember that when you heal, you're doing so much more than just who you feel you are as this fractal of your persona, your name, your personality. When you work on healing, you're going up into the cosmos, you're healing multiple timelines at once. And as you shift, everyone who comes into your auric field, everyone who comes into your energy, they shift and change too, because what happens to one in some effect happens to the all. And that's what I really realized too about this Galactic Council and Galactic Federation. When that atomic bomb went off in 1945, again, what happens on Earth happens to the multiverse. So what happens here affects other star realms and other civilizations. And that's how it is. Everything comes from source, from God, if you resonate with that. The Galactic Council is basically an energy, a consciousness that is very close to source energy. And then that fractals into the 12 council member oversouls. And then the 12 council member oversouls fractal out to many beings, possibly even thousands of humans on Earth and in the Galactic Federation. So when you boil it all down and pull it all back from all these fractals back to source, that's where everything is truly one. And we hear that our whole lives, like everything is one. But I honestly struggled to really understand what that meant and how and why for a long time. And I also want to mention that everything I share is from a fifth dimensional perspective, lens, and above. So somebody could watch this and they could just sit there and argue with me all day long and bring in science facts. And you know what? We both would be correct. They would be viewing it through a third dimensional lens, which is not wrong. It's just heavy. It's dense. It's not necessarily filled with joy and light and, you know, beauty and all those things that we're moving into with the new Earth. So we would both be correct. Like that person could say, that's nonsense. There is no Galactic Council, or whatever people believe. This is a belief-based reality, and you get to choose what you believe. And so what I share here is from the fifth dimension and higher, helping you hopefully to get out of the stuck third dimensional thinking and beliefs. And as we know, the third dimensional thinking with all the media and institutions and organizations that have been trying to influence and control Earth for so long, well, they make that stuff even denser because, again, they profit when we stay in lower vibrations. But I don't want to keep talking about that. Ooh, plan a vacation. This could be your sign. Besides Egypt, I have a Bali retreat in October, just after Egypt, with Sarah Breskvin Cosme, who's a master hypnotist and really doing amazing things. She's on Gaia all the time. So if you needed a signier sign, and this could be for something else you've been thinking about, it could be something before then, because these retreats are 6 months away, but get out there in the world, because when you do that, when you travel, you are literally taking the light codes with you. You're literally taking, like drawing trails almost of light codes in the geographical locations upon which you travel to and through. So traveling is hugely powerful. You're not just enjoying yourself and your time, you are quite frankly doing the work of the new earth when you travel. Okay, I feel like we're gonna pull one more. Oh, self-care card, ground yourself. Oh, looks like we got two. Ground yourself. I just can't stress it enough. There's a whole documentary about grounding and the power of it and what it does for you and how it reduces inflammation. Everything in your life improves. Now, you don't have to be outside to ground. You can do it through meditation while indoors, but it is spring, and hopefully most of you are not still enduring cold temperatures in winter. So make sure you're grounding your energy, especially in this new moon in Aries with this fiery 7 planets in convergence energy. Grounding yourself is especially important. And this last one, soak in a bath. I'd prefer natural water, a stream, a lake, a pond, an ocean, a river. However, that's not always possible. And my youngest son was in the ocean out back with some of his friends last night. And I said, oh, it must have been so nice. I said it was cold. So it's not always possible, right? But the water, as we know, is like a conductor. The water is associated with the moons. I live here in the Florida Keys, where we get to watch the tides literally rise and fall because of the moons, and you're over 70% water. So use water as a ritual. Intentionalize your water before you drink it. Get in the water, imagine it cleansing and washing away all these things you're releasing and transmuting. And I just hope that you have the most amazing new moon in Aries, and that you just really allow the time to fully step into your beauty, into your gifts, into everything that's aligning for you. And just one final reminder, whatever is happening, whatever noise, whatever static is happening out there in society, in humanity, it is not your story. It is simply those who are not yet awake, starting that process of awakening. So let them be and focus on what you came here to do. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.